Hey, friends, welcome back to CreelTalk, the space where bold leadership conversations meet unfiltered truth. If this is your first time tuning in with us, we are deep into the Rebound Code series. Today would be our second episode, unpacking what it really looks like to miss the mark, own it, and rise again. Today's focus, we are attacking the ghosting reflex. So let's be real. There's nothing like committing to a goal, falling short, and then avoiding the very people who are rooting for you. That accountability circle, that coach, that partner, the person you invited into your progress suddenly becomes the person you silently disappear from. It's not because we don't care, it's because we're embarrassed. And today we're unpacking exactly why that avoidance shows up and how to break it. If you've got a solid accountability partner, someone who shows up, listens, and holds space for your growth, it doesn't make sense to ghost them. But let's be honest, not everyone who calls themselves a mentor actually earns the access. Some people carry the title, but not the weight. And if they're not living up to the standard they preach, it's not ghosting, it's hurting your energy. But in this conversation, we're talking about the real ones, the coach who's consistent, the mentor who's invested, the partner who's in with you. So let's say you've actually got that person that has your back. You set the goal, you've got the group chat, you've got the tracker for those of you who are as organized as I am. You got the calendar. You just got all the things. You know, I've lived this in both business and fitness. And I know how easy it is to disappear when things don't go as planned. So let's explore this a little bit. No one ever starts with the intention to disappear. We all start with fire, with vision, with a spreadsheet and strategies. We rally the crew, we set the deadline, we declare our goals out loud, we're excited because we believe that accountability will keep us honest. And for a while, it actually works. Week one, you're unstoppable. You're posting about it, you're having conversation with your peers about it. You just can't wait to call your mentor and talk about the activity you've taken so far. You're tackling it, you're tracking it, you're checking in. You're the version of yourself you've always imagined. But then life happened. Not in a drastic or dramatic movie scene kind of way. In a slow, subtle revealing. A missed workout, a missed phone call, a skipped post, a late night that turns into a late week. And suddenly, the silence creeps in. Not because you don't care, because now showing up means admitting you're off track. And that feels heavier than the goal itself. Have you ever felt this? If you have, here's what we're really avoiding in this particular moment. We think we're avoiding judgment, but what we're really avoiding is exposure, the vulnerability of being seen in the in between, not the before or the after, but the messy middle. We fear that our accountability partner, your coach, your mentor, that they will question our commitment, silently downgrade their belief in us. But here's a twist. Most accountability partners, great coach, most great mentors aren't watching to catch you slipping. They're watching to catch you when you do slip. They're not there to measure your perfection. They're there to remind you that progress includes pauses. Ghosting isn't just about silence, it's about shame. We internalize the slip as failure, and failure in our minds sometimes start to equal unworthiness. So instead of texting your mentor or your coach, simple text like, I'm behind. Instead, we say nothing. Instead of asking for grace, we disappear. And the longer we stay silent, the harder it becomes to return. Because now we're not just behind, haunted by the story we've told ourselves about what that means. That carry you through the hard part. Where do we go from here? Let's talk a little bit about the identity crisis behind this type of avoidance. Ghost isn't just about silence, it's about identity. When you are in this phase, you start to wonder, if I don't follow through, am I really who I said I was? What if they think I'm all talk? I'll come back when I'm back on track. It's sometimes what you say to yourself, right? I'll just come back when I'm back on track. But when would that even be? Except that delay builds distance. And the longer you wait, the harder the return starts to feel. This is perfectionism wrapped in pride. Imposter syndrome layered over fear. We felt like we have to be 100% before we can earn the right to re-engage. But you know what? Accountability isn't about performance. It's about partnership. So let's break the reflex of building connections. And let me ask you a question. But what if accountability wasn't about performance? What if it was about presence? What if the most powerful message you could send your mentor, your coach, was just as simple as, I'm struggling, but I'm still here. I missed a step, but I haven't quit. I need a reset, not a resignation. Because the truth is, your accountability partner, your coach, your mentor, they sign up for the whole journey, not just the highlight reel. And when you ghost them, you rob yourself of the very support system designed to help you. So, how do we come back from this? So, let's say as you're listening to this, you're starting to feel, the thoughts in your brain saying, how do I bounce back? How do I rebound from this? How do you face the people you ghosted? Not with shame, but with courage. Let me give you a simple rhythm: ghost, ground, grace. Ghost, you've already pulled away. Don't deny it, own it. Ground, reconnect with why you started and the truth about what derailed you in the first place. Grace, re enter the space with humility, not apology. Say this: hey, I fell off, I felt ashamed, and I didn't know how to say that. But I value this space and our relationship, so I'm coming back. That right there, my friend, is power. And I've seen that kind of message restore momentum, rebuild trust, and even strengthen relationship more than the goals themselves. In legacy leadership, vulnerability doesn't make you small. It's important to remember that. Being vulnerable doesn't reduce you, it makes you respected. You were not built to perform on command. You were built to show up even when it's messy. I've had accountability circles where someone disappeared for weeks, came back, and said, I got lost. And that right there, my friend, is honesty. It shifted the whole culture. Being honest is more powerful than you can imagine. You don't need to ghost. You need grace-based leadership. And if your circle doesn't receive that, it's time to build a better one. I know that was a lot, but here's my challenge to you this week. Reach out to someone you've avoided after dropping the ball. No fluff. Just say something as simple as this: I've been quiet because I felt embarrassed. I'm ready to reconnect. The rebound, my comeback, starts in this conversation. Accountability isn't just about checking boxes, it's about building honest ecosystems. So keep these tips close. Next time you feel the urge to disappear, pause. Text a group, text your coach, text your mentor, text your accountability partner. Send that update, even if it's just something as simple as, I'm off track, but I'm coming back. Because accountability isn't about being flawless, it's about being honest. And the comeback and that rebound always start with a personal confession. I hope you're learning something, or at the very least, being reminded of a couple important things in this episode. If you've enjoyed the episode, like, share, and most importantly, leave us a comment. I would like to know what stood out to you in this episode. And if any of it helped you, make sure you share it with a friend that's currently in need of something like this. Next time on the Rebound Code, we're talking about the redemption ship, how to come back without oversharing or feeling like you need to explain your entire fall. Until then, ghost less, lead boldly. Your silence isn't your story, your return is.